No one is exempt from the ebbs and flows of life, whether young or old. Coping with the various challenging circumstances that confront us all requires mental fortitude and the support of people who can help us cope with the mental strains. This is especially important for children and adolescents faced with mental stresses. To say you have mental challenges doesn't mean you are mad, crazy, or have lost your mind. It simply means that there is a mind-boggling hurdle that you need to get past, stress you need to overcome, or a balanced mental state you need to cultivate.
Now, in today's society, our data reveals that many children experience trauma through adverse child experiences, which can really have a profound effect on their mental health. And these include stuff like bullying, domestic violence, academic stress.
The teenage years represent a transitional period, and teenagers can experience what is recognized as the Erikson stages of development for the human being as identity versus role confusion. This is one of 8 stages of psychosocial development, and strong family bond and support is necessary to avoid the undesirable.
When teenagers come out of the earlier stages of industry versus inferiority, that is when the little children are now seeking to find a little identity in their crafts and so forth. If you don't have strong family bonds that ground you going into the teenage years, you're lost for who you are. Those family bonds that would lead to the creation of teenagers knowing where they're coming from as they grow into their adulthood. Identity versus confusion, our teenagers significantly need that guidance and that basis into who they are. And if they don't have it, you will see confusion. Note immediately after is intimacy versus isolation. The natural inclination to move into the stages that will eventually lead to the continuity of the generation and of family. But if you don't know who you are, you're going to be lost with intimacy versus isolation.
In the absence of good family guidance and a sense of belonging, children and teenagers are likely to welcome any environment and the influence of just about anyone with whom they come in contact, which might not be desirable. This happens increasingly in the social media space.
So in that social media space, just like everywhere else, we need to parent. We need to guide. We need to be aware. If your child is preparing to go out there and play a football match or a cricket match or go and do an exam, you're aware of it because that's where they're spending their time. Likewise for social media. We have to get a grasp on social media. We have to put the guidance, we have to increase the awareness as to what is happening in our spaces. As we enable connectivity, we need to enable safety.
Recognizing the gravity of the mental burden children and teens can face, government, with the Ministry of Health and Wellness and other agents of the state, are providing support. They are promoting conversations around mental wellness and reaching out to help children understand their emotions and address any mental health challenges they may be facing. Major red flags used to identify when persons are not well mentally include lack of concentration or not being able to retain information, a drastic change in appetite, being easily irritable, outside your typical window of annoyance, being excessively worried or anxious, prolonged sadness and withdrawal from friends and family. Conversations about mental health allow more persons to feel comfortable sharing their personal challenges, identifying their source of stress, and taking steps to seek help. 4 videos, developed as the core of an audiovisual mental health toolkit, are being used to promote a holistic approach to complete wellness. They cover the 4 dimensions of health, namely the mental, spiritual, physical, and social dimensions.
The whole premise of this is that professionals will go in, the HFLE teachers, the guidance counselors, members from JAMPSych, members from JPA can go in and relate this content to our students.
The Ministry of Education and Youth, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, is cognizant of the dire effects of ACEs, and so together we have provided mental health literacy to students at the secondary level of the education system since 2022. The mental health curriculum is an evidence-based mental health curriculum resource that has been demonstrated to improve both teachers and students' mental health literacy.
But the reality is, most of us don't know how to take care of our social health. So here are 4 tips. 1, know say you're nice. 2, set your boundaries. 3, manage your emotions. And 4, know when you need to ask for help. So make us start with know say you're nice. Tonight, before you go to your bed, sit down and make a list of what's good about you. And you see, if you ever start comparing yourself to other people, you can go back and read the list. And surround yourself with people who make you feel good about yourself. We don't have no space for no bring down, no bad mind friend. 2, set your boundaries. If you're not happy with how someone or something is making you feel, you have the right to say so or leave. 3, manage your emotions. Sometimes when somebody or something makes us feel bad or angry, our emotions get the better of it and we end up in an argument or fight. Here's what you do. When you realize that you're losing self-control and you're about to say or do something where really going to hurt the person or the friendship, or worse, could have caused them to hurt you, pause, step away. Take some time to manage your emotions. Reason it out with yourself or reason it out with somebody where you trust. And when you're more in control of yourself, then you decide what you want to do. The third thing of knowing you need support, like say you realize say your mental health get bad and you're angry all the time, or you're sad, or you're asleep enough, or you can't sleep. Like you tried your work and you can't focus. Or maybe you or somebody you know is cutting or some other form of self-harm. Reach out for support.
Despite life stresses, try to be positive. Interact with each other with respect. Express gratitude. Write a list of the things you're grateful for. Identify your sources of stress and avoid those. On the other hand, pursue the things that make you happy. It feeds into your well-being, how you see the world, and how you navigate the challenges.
When I speak of our spiritual health, I'm speaking of persons recognizing a sense of identity, who they are, what role they play in something that is bigger than us. A lot of times, and that is what teenagers are seeking. That's why it is identity versus confusion.
You can gain spiritual health by being hopeful and positive. Your spiritual journey is a personal journey, so be mindful that everybody's path is different. Additionally, you must practice self-worth. Know that you are worthy, know that you are deserving, and know that others around you are worthy and deserving.
And so, as we get grounded in who we are more accepting of self, but we're also more accepting of others because we recognize the value in others. And so that is essentially the toolkits.